Hi, Granger Kindergartners. This is Miss Turner, and today we're going to be reading a book called Sofia Valdez, Future Prez. This is a book about a girl who is a good citizen. All right, let's get started. Here is our title page. It tells us that the author is Andrea Beatty, and the illustrator is someone named David Roberts. It says, Sofia was a baby who got things done, helping her family before she turned 1. She and Abuelo went out every week to help elderly friends around Blue River Creek who couldn't get out and about on their own, and with no place to gather, they were stuck home alone. Seems like she's pretty helpful, trying to help her neighbors. Raking the leaves, taking pets for a walk, or just dropping by for a treat and a talk, Sofia Valdez did as much as she could for her family and friends and her whole neighborhood. A dreamer, a doer, a real-life go-getter. Most people like good, but Sofia liked better. Oh, this one we have to turn sideways. Whoa! Every morning, Abuelo walked Sophie to class. They walked home alone along Blue River Pass, making plans, making cookies, Abuelo and girl. Except for that Tuesday when Pup saw a squirrel. With a howl, Pup took off, racing all through the town, over, under, beneath, and around. Sophie scrambled to try to keep up with the hollering man and the bellowing pup. Uh-oh, that puppy's running away. And keep going. Up the squirrel ran to the top of a hill made of leftover junk from the local landfill. They reached the tip-top of that mountain of trash, which jiggled and broke with an ear-splitting crash. Down they all tumbled and hit with a thud on an old moldy pumpkin surrounded by mud. Ouch, said Abuelo. He struggled to stand. A dangerous mess, Sophie said, grasping his hand. Oh. The next day, Sofia went to school solo, but it wasn't the same without her Abuelo. This is not right, declared young Sofia, who glared at Mount Trashmore and got an idea. The very next morning at dawn, she planted a sign in front of the lawn. She stood back and smiled, and Pup gave a bark. Get rid of Mount Trashmore. Let's build a big park. Ooh, so she has an idea. Her idea is to build a park where the trash pile is. That seems like something a good citizen would do. Each of her neighbors had something to say about benches and fountains and places to play, meeting spots, gardens, a basket for bees, rubber duck ponds, and a kiosk for cheese. She drew every thought on her map of the park, which was perfectly perfect by 1/4 till dark. Ooh, I'm going to use my picture power. I think she looks kind of worried in that picture. I wonder why. She drifted to sleep in her soft, cozy bed, then bam, she woke up when a thought smacked her head. Her heart skipped a beat as she realized each one of her neighbors had said, "Let me know when it's done." They all thought Sofia could build it alone, but how could one girl do so much on her own? Uh-oh. Abuelo baked cookies when Sophie got up. He gave her a bagful and sneaked one to Pup. He blinked back a tear as he hugged his Sofia. For courage, he whispered, "Te amo, mi vida." Sophia's knees wobbled. She felt weak inside. She looked at his ankle and quite nearly cried. Though she didn't feel brave or courageous at all, Sofia Valdez went to go to City Hall. City Hall is where they make decisions about local laws and parks and things that happen in a city. So she's going to City Hall where they make all the big decisions. The mayor's office sent her to room 401 to the Blue River Creek Department of Fun, which sent her downstairs to room 302 to the Office of Duck Ponds and Cool Things to Do, to the Office of Monkeys, the Department of Cheese, the Division of Fountains and Meetings of Bees, then down to the basement, so musty and cramped, where all the town's papers were sorted and stamped. And that's when the clerk said what no one else did. "You can't build a park. You You are only a kid. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem very nice. The word smacked Sofia deep down in her heart. Her plan was cabooshed before it could start. I think, said Sofia, I think that law's wrong. But her second grade voice didn't sound very strong. The clerk said clearly, it cannot be done. Do you have any questions? Sofia said one. If you were me, and I was you, and he was your grandpa, what would you do? Well, said the clerk. Then she said nothing at all. She thought and she thought, and she sent out a call to every worker throughout City Hall. The entire government of Blue River Creek crammed in the office to hear Sophie speak, but her words jumbled up and her cheeks turned bright red. A dozen emotions rushed into her head. The crowd leaned in closer. Sofia leaned back, though her arm brushed the edge of the old cookie sack. And that was the moment when Sofia first knew being brave means doing the things you must do, even though your heart cracks with fear and even though you're just in grade 2. So she's feeling very scared. She took a deep breath, looked the mayor in the eye, and though her knees wobbled, she held her head high. She started talking. She spelled out her plan and when it all mattered and how it began. And once she got rolling, she had lots to say about meeting spots, lunkies, and places to play, and other ideas for things they could do to help the town elders and other folks too. She had thoughts on the library, thoughts on the zoo, and maybe a way to combine the two, and let's build a park. All right, said the mayor, go start a petition. If the town wants a new park, we'll make a commission. And so young Sofia got right to work with some help from her family and Pup and the clerk. Oh, I see so many people who are helping her make a park. They have signs. Let's say, sign our petition. Give bees a chance. A park to think in. The others joined in, not all but a few, like Miss Lila Greer and the kids in grade 2. So her whole class got to help her. There were hearings and surveys and taxes to figure, then bulldozers, cranes, and a big blue digger. They all built the park. That's how it got done. By the hard work of, by, and for everyone. But it began with a dream of one person, just one, who laced up her shoes and then led the way to help Blue River Creek get a new place to play. Now every evening till long after dark, the town comes together at Citizen Park. They all hold this truth to be self-evident, that Sofia Valdez could grow up to be president. Until then, Sofia, that real-life go-getter, helps Blue Creek Town get better and better. The end. Citizen Park.